afternoon, guys. Oh, the time has come. For newbies, you will not be aware of this. For the, I wouldn't say oldies, but for the regulars, it's here. I'm doing it. I'm sorry it's taken this long. But I am finally doing a flip through of my, it's supposed to be a 365 journal. 365 page a day journal, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I created a journal just at the end of last year, at the end of 2018, ready for this year, that has 400 pages in it, counting front and back. It has 400 pages in it, and it has a rounded spine, which at some stage I will do a video on how I made it, but I actually did it with corrugated cardboard. So yes. This wasn't intended to be this colour. This was a misprint. The ink in my printer was going at the time and started printing everything out this gorgeous purpley blue colour. I did then take advantage of that and use some purple grommets, eyelets, whatever you call them, and then I had some beautiful purple seam binding sent to me in a swap, so I had to use that, of course. I just looped it through each end. I haven't done anything special yet. I just looped it through at each end and then tied a knot in the end so that there is room for the journal to alligator mouth but still close. And I have not used it. The idea was it was going to be used as a gratitude, inspiration, just an everyday journal, but not an actual journal. Each day was supposed to be, I wasn't doing it on camera or anything, but I made this as a way of me tracking things, so like inspirational quotes, photos, just anything, nice comments on the social media or here on YouTube or whatever, YouTube milestones. And as you can see, guys, I haven't done anything with it. The only thing I have done is that page, that page, that page, and that page. Ignore that one for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages I covered over because I did actually start journaling in them, but then I wasn't happy with how I was journaling in it, because what this book was supposed to be was a happy book, like a happy scrapbook or something like that, if you'd like to call it. And I was journaling more about what a bad day I'd had and whatever, you know, them happy thoughts were turning into miserable ones, and I got upset, so I covered them up. But yeah, so, but there are 400 pages in total, like I said, counting front and back as 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that actually, I stuck a Tim Holtz paper pocket on there, so I could actually add more into that if I wanted to. But yeah, and like I said, it never got used. And the idea was, if you ignore this little back signature, these here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures all equate to, it would be, is it 364, I think it is. And then these extras make up, or is it 300? No. Oh, do you know, I can't remember now. It could be 370 actually. I can't remember how I did it. Oh no. But whatever it were, can't remember, it could be 364, and then these make up the extras to 400. I can't remember exactly how I did it now, guys, but anyway, these were supposed to be the daily entries. This at the back was supposed to be classed as a notes thing. Obviously you've got your 364, 65 days worth of pages, and then you have extras in the back to make up 400 altogether. So these were more like added in at the back as extras notes pages like you'd get in a normal journal. Oh, and apparently I had physio. Oh, actually I did have physio. I had physio at the beginning of the year because I hurt my shoulder. I damaged a nerve in my shoulder. But yes, so I obviously didn't write that down. But yes, but here we go, guys. I will give you a quick flip through. I'll say quick, we're already like 5.5 minutes in. I love this phone. This is my old phone, and can you see? It focuses great, look. But can you see in there, when I get it lined up and then stop moving, there is the corrugated cardboard. Don't think you can see it properly. Which is what I sewed the signatures into. So you can see it here between, when I find them. Alright, that's a big signature. There. Between each signature is where I sewed in to the cardboard, and then I glued the card. So the signature card comes to here. You can actually see the indentation. Comes to here and there. So I sewed everything in, and then I moved, I think it were 2 notches over on the corrugated card, and then I glued the card. This book cover is actual cardstock. It is actually craft coloured, very thick craft coloured cardstock. I will just peel that back and re-glue it. Yeah, it's nothing special. It is, like I said, just some really thick craft coloured card, and then that was just wrapped around, or just a piece of paper I printed on. The same with them. Them were actually Tracie Fox digitals that again did the same. When I was printing them, my ink was running low and it printed them in pink. But I glued the corrugated card. Oh right, I've backed it on the inside as well. I've used that paper on the inside there as well. Then I've put that over the top, and then I've used these to hide the inside of the card. Like I said, I will re-glue that, that's not a problem. But yes, and I've used everything, literally everything that I had in my stash at the time. Bits of paper and all sorts. So skip past them pages. That was a big sticker. That is just a sticker. I did use a bit of gesso on this page. Not much, but I did. I put the sticker on and then gessoed over it. I was just playing around. Some notebook paper, some coffee dyed paper, printable from Juni Desiree over at Willowbound Journals. Yep, some note paper I got in Happy Mail, coffee dyed paper, more coffee dyed paper, some printable. That was a printable from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. That is a freebie from Pixabay. Probably that too. That I printed on the back and didn't, but I like the way it didn't and how it kind of blends. Again, this paper, this design paper, is printed from my printer itself. It's got like a preset setting thing on it to be able to print music paper, and I love printing that out and then tea and coffee dyeing it. And more paper, some scrap paper that I tried dyeing with raspberries, I believe, back in the time. Another Juni printable, some more raspberry paper, or it could be Ribena juice, diluted Ribena juice. Some more note paper, another printable, scrapbook paper, again more coffee dyed, Pixabay printable, scrapbook paper. That was Ribena juice. Another Pixabay scrapbook paper, graph paper from my stash. Yeah, that was from a little diary that I bought, pulled it apart and dyed it. Scrapbook paper, another Juni. Digital, I loved these. Juni was actually the first junk journaler whose digital papers I purchased, and I saw them being shown off over on Gayle's channel, and straight away I'm like, I need to have them. They're my colours. This was way before Gayle started doing digitals. I'm like, they're my colours, I have to have them. And I went over to Juni's shop on Etsy, and at the time she wasn't set up for postage, so it wouldn't, and I'm in the UK and it wouldn't let me purchase. So she had to tweak it a little bit for me to be able to, because I didn't want to buy the actual physical items. I wanted to do the downloads, but it was set up to no postage to out of her country, so it wouldn't let me buy the digital, so she had to tweak it a bit, but then I got it. And like I said, Juni's was the first ever like junk journaler YouTuber digitals that I bought, and I love them. I've used them for all sorts. I actually need to print some more out, but yeah, I love them, and I will link below everybody who I've mentioned in this video. I will link below. I'm not going to do it for every single page, but I just wanted to mention Juni because I have it. I don't think I've actually mentioned her in a long time, since I actually bought the kit, because I haven't used it for ages. I need to print some more out. I've used it all. So again, scrapbook paper, another piece of that journal, and I managed to get it in upside down, but again, I don't care. But yeah, and then we're back on to the backs of them. Pixabay, again another Ephemera's Vintage Garden. It's the same as this one, but in different colours. She does it in this nice pastel green colour, blue, pink, oh, I can't remember now. There's blue, pink, green, I think there's a yellow one, a pastel lemony yellow colour. Again, another Juni one. Pixabay. Shopping list that I have, paper that I have. That's notebook paper. I love that. Look at that cat, proper catitude. That reminds me of our cat. I am not amused. That is a Ephemera's Vintage Garden, part of a DigiKit, Pixabay, scrapbook paper, my paper, just pink paper. That was scrapbook paper too. A notebook that I have, Pixabay, Pixabay, Pixabay. A lot of Pixabay stuff in here, because right back then I was using a lot of freebies. So scrapbook paper, just some yellow paper, note paper again. So I'm not gonna really mention anything else unless it's somebody I haven't mentioned before or something unusual. Tea coffee dyed. I did a lot of coffee dyeing back then, so this journal actually smells amazing. I don't know how though, because all my other coffee dyed papers that I use smell disgusting. Like I said, Ribena juice. The other side of that shopping list. Some things have been printed both sides, some haven't. Upside down again. But yeah, so they were all literally just little scraps of paper that I had left over from projects, or that I had that I tore up. I love that. That's Pixabay. That I tore up specifically to put in this. Some yellow paper that I have. Again, Ribena juice, diluted. I just literally took the jug of Ribena juice out of the fridge and stuck some in a squirty bottle, a spray bottle, and sprayed it. Yep, Pixabay again, scrapbook paper. That is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Oh, honestly, I just love how literal, like, junky this journal is. Now, this reminds me of a junk journal. Even though I haven't used junk mail or anything, I've used junky bits paper and stuff, and it really does give that junk journal feel. I love this. This was just a yellow piece of paper that I printed lines on. I run it through the printer and printed lines on, like the music paper. I have one to be able to print writing lines. Printed lines on it, and then I coffee dyed it. And look at the. It's obviously something to do with the paper, but look how it turned out. It's not textured to feel, but it looks like it's textured. It's really weird, but it's so funky, so cool. Oops. Oh dear, I've knocked the focus off. There we go. Oh, if only my other camera was so easy to focus and whatever. Again, some lined paper out of a notebook, shop bought notebook that I have coffee dyed. I love that grungy bit there. Another piece of paper that was the right size, but I decided to do a fold. Pixabay again. I love Pixabay. I will link to Pixabay below, guys, but not particularly who I got each thing off, because they're not like going to Etsy and, oh yeah, like going to Juni's shop and having loads of different, these have come from loads of different people on Pixabay. I just type in vintage writing papers or whatever, and they all come up. Like these, I would have typed in, this one especially, I probably typed in watercolour papers, because I have quite a few bits of watercolour style themed papers, and these all come up. But yeah, but Pixabay, everything on there is free, so I will link below for people who are looking for free resources to journal with. Again, that notebook, managed to get it in the right way. I just coffee dyed. I think that was Pixabay as well. That's notebook paper. Some lined paper. Scrapbook paper. That's Pixabay. I love that image. I use that a lot. Reminds me of wallpaper. Again, on the back of the Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and I have lots of different coloured papers in my stash already. That was Pixabay too. Note paper. Again, coloured paper from my stash that I've printed the music lines on direct from my printer. I printed music lines on there and graph paper on that side. They are already preset on my printer. I can go to it, and I think it comes under station. Actually, I'm using the Eco Tank now, and on the Eco Tank it comes under stationery. On the what were I using? Yeah, it was HP Envy that I had before the Eco Tank, which is what all of these were printed on. It was in there, and I think, I'm not sure what that came under actually, but it's preset. If you just go through your settings, you'll find it in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure most printers have that kind of thing on. And I liked that one because the graph paper one, because you could print small squares like that or slightly bigger ones. Pixabay again. Again, the notebook. Some lined paper. I love how grungy that turned out. Some pink paper. Actually, that paper is origami paper. It's really thin, silky on this side and that side, but it's really thin. But yeah, it come out of an origami paper pipe. That's another notebook that I had that I coffee dyed. Oh, and it turned out awesome. Another little just scrap piece of paper there. And this one, I love this because it's got quotes in this one. I need to do some more of this. I've got the rest of the book upstairs in a bag, in a box. It says, "There's a smile on my face and you put it there." I love this book. Like I said, the rest of it's upstairs in a box. What was that one? I don't know what that one would have said. I've obviously cut part of it off to put it in the journal, but something bright in our daytimes, something with friend light in our hearts. Focus. Thank you. More Ribena. Yep. More Pixabay. Again, the graph paper from the printer, music paper. We're coming to the backs of the other papers now anyway. So, there we go. And then we get to this end bit, which was more notes, papers than anything. What were I saying about this video being quick? It's nearly 20 minutes long. Some ledger paper, which was printed. I can't remember who from. I don't think it was Pixabay. I think that's come from a kit, but I could be entirely wrong. Ephemera's Vintage Garden on the back, scrapbooking paper, some cardstock that I had, and I love this. It's textured on the back but really silky smooth on the front. Some more note paper, some pink paper, Pixabay. That's on. Oh no, it's not Pixabay, sorry, because that is actually proper cardstock. That's scrapbooking paper. This is actual graph paper from a maths book that I have. I love this because it is really thick, and it's already this colour, this like ivory colour, so it's already partially vintage looking. Scrapbooking paper, some more of that blue silky smooth paper, pink paper, and then some more Ribena paper. And I love the way that them three layered up together like that. It kind of framed the middle of that signature. And then we're on to the backs. And that's it. I was actually going to put a pocket on the back of there to put back and front of there to put tags in, and never got round to it. But yes, so all together, like I said, counting fronts and backs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc, etc. There is a total of 400 pages in this book. How awesome is that? And obviously, as I said, it hasn't been used this year, 2019. We are today the 29th of September 2019. So, and it obviously hasn't been used. I don't want to start doing it now. So I will use it next year for 2020. And if I don't use it next year, I'll use it the year. Yeah, you get my gist. And I will glue that back on in a minute. But yes, so here we are, guys. There it is. There's my little beauty. A few people, a few of the regulars, and yeah, I've asked about this many times, because many times you've been able to see it in the background, up a corner, or just off to the side somewhere, depending how my desk layout and everything has been at the time of filming different things. This has been seen just off in the distance, and I've had many people ask about it. Plus there was pictures posted on social media when I was actually in the midst of making it, so which I'll tag some pictures on the end of here when I was making it. Just, you might get a bit of an idea then how it was put together. I didn't show how I did the spine, and I will recreate that, because obviously this is like the hidden spine method, a really bad job of it because you can see it down there, but I think I might have ways of perfecting that a little bit more now. But I love this rounded spine look, and by sewing the signatures into corrugated cardboard, it made it so much easier. I'm just looking around me now, and do you know, any other time I'd have had a bunch of cardboard near me that I could have shown you, and right this second when I want some, I don't. No, I literally don't, so I'm afraid you're going to have to wait for that one. But yes, so I will love you and leave you now, guys, and like I say, there's some pictures coming up next of like this kind of in different stages of the making. So yes, I hope you love it, guys. It's not for sale, before anybody asks. This will not be going in the Etsy shop, and I will not be selling it to anybody privately. This is my own book. This is kind of my pride and joy. It is only a smallish book. Can I use this ruler? Yes. No, I can, but I can't measure with it. Let's use this one then. It is 6.5 inches tall, so 16.25 centimetres, and it's hard to tell how wide it is because it's got a rounded spine, so we'll stand it up and go from here to the edge. It is 4.5 if you go from there to the edge, if you do it that way, because like I said, I can't do it that way. But yeah, if you go from here to here, it is 4.5 inches, which is what, 11 centimeters wide. So, and it is a chunky monkey already without adding anything into it. So, but there we go, guys. I love it. This is my pride and joy. So proud of it. And this video is now 25 minutes long, so I'm going to love you and leave you. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.